Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandy Yvonne. Y'all already know here at my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows, y'all. We are late, but we are here to talk about Ready to Love on Friday night show. This is season 10, episode 3 all together now. Before we get into it, please hit that thumbs up button for your girl. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Shout out to the new subscribers coming through. Y'all still coming through. Y'all don't even know what it means to me that y'all are still subscribing. Y'all know I've been debating on keeping this channel going. So just everybody still commenting, subscribing, liking the videos is really support and motivation for me, right? Also make sure you comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the episode. And also share the video where you like to share your content. I'm sorry, y'all. This scarf is like too tight. It's too tight. First of all, it's real late on a Saturday night, way past the bedtime. But I stayed up late to do some homework. Well, it wasn't that late. By the time I finished homework, it was like 9:30 or something. Then I was like, let me, change my sheets, make my bed. Then I was like, I was watching Sisters. That's a whole nother conversation. Anyway, I was like, let me go and do Ready to Love and get it done, right? So it's not lingering tomorrow because I got homework to do tomorrow. So I said, I'm just gonna stay up and do this video for y'all real quick, real quick, real quick. Okay. So my little jacket and whatnot. I got hot now. Anyway, let's get into this review real quick. I know some people are saying Ready to Love is getting very much boring. To me, Ready to Love always starts out slow, so I'm not too mad at it. Like it's getting a little something, something, but I feel like it always takes the time, for them to build the connection. So it really don't be no drama unless somebody's acting like a character. Then that's what we get. Anyway, let's get into where we start. So basically, it started out with nephew Tommy inviting, I think it was the first five singles he invited to a comedy club. Um, and he invited the other singles, so he was saying comedy is where it started for him, that's his bread and butter. Then he's like, well, no disrespect to Ready to Love, he like the Ready to Love checks too. He ain't trying to mess up his thing over here with Ready to Love. He's just saying comedy, it's his original bread and butter. He ain't messing up that check though with the own people. Okay, we hear you, nephew Tommy. So he said, I know y'all probably wondering what happened with Sahara, what happened with Will. Did their second chance of love pan out? He finna answer all that when he bring in the other 10 singles. So as we know, Will went home, Sahara is still there somehow. So everybody got to mix and mingle. He tells everybody to have fun, date with intention. I think he told the ladies are in control this weekend. I forgot what the assignment was to like really dig deep and see what people are looking for or something like that. Anyway, y'all know they don't really be doing that, but they did ask good questions in this episode. So even though I know people are saying it's boring, I actually did enjoy this episode. It was a little bit, it was interesting hearing people's stories. We got a little deeper, so I wasn't mad at that. It wasn't that entertaining. It's some foolery, but it wasn't that entertaining. Anyway, so everyone's mixing and mingling, getting to know each other. We see a bunch of different conversations happening. I'm not going to go in any particular order with this scene, but I know I seen Kierra and Francisco. Francisco couldn't learn Kierra's name. Kierra didn't see it for Francisco, okay, as she shared in the ladies' lounge later on in the episode. We seen Rocky talking to Eddie. Rocky was asking Eddie, was he a city boy? Was he for the streets and all that? Rocky, it's something about Rocky. I like Rocky's personality. I don't know. I don't know if it's the hair or the way she dresses. Something is not adding up for me. I don't know if she looks older than what she is. Like, I don't know. And some of these outfits for the men and the women, I mean, I must be too picky on what I wear. I must be too picky because some of y'all just throwing on whatever and going. Like, some of y'all not putting no effort into these looks. Like, y'all know y'all on TV, right? Like, Eddie came on that day later on, looked like he just rolled out the bed. And he had some hoochie daddy shorts. Now, I love me some hoochie daddy shorts. Now, Eddie, you kind of can get away with it because you look good, but you look like you just threw on whatever. Angie, you kind of look like you threw on whatever for that date as well. Like, what's going on here? Anyway, y'all just not, I don't know, they not giving. Like, you know, the Miami people, they was always dressed when they went out. Like, I don't know, these people not dressing enough for me, but that's just me. maybe I'm wrong. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Anyway, we saw Deanna was getting to know Francisco. I think that was the first conversation we really saw. He's talking about his health and fitness, and she was into that. He said he gets up in the morning, does his cardio before work. She's like, "What kind of cardio do you do?" He said he do the lazy kind on a bicycle. Okay, Francisco. Now I gets up and do my workouts before work as well. Okay, but they don't be lazy, Francisco. But he looked good. Obviously, he works out a lot, right? I'm just giving him a hard time. She told him she's a firefighter. He was taken aback. And so she said she's a adrenaline and drill it's too late, I can't say the word. Adrenaline junkie. And she likes to, new challenges, like to do something new, exciting every day. And so Francisco liked that, she just exudes that strength, and you don't hear a lot of women talk about that. He said he felt like they could be a power couple. Deanna likes him because, he has the alpha male presence, and she feels like they have that in common. Is that what she said? Maybe I misunderstood that. Maybe she felt like that alpha personality they have in common, because I can see her having that. Okay. Anyway, so she liked her from Francisco. I don't see it for Francisco. I don't see it for Francisco, but that's just me. Anyway, let's see. We also saw Naeem sitting down with Rose, and then Tay came to sit down. So then they were getting to know each other. Naeem asked Tay, "Does she have any kids?" And she was like, "Nope." And he was like, "Really? For real?" She was like, "Nope, not at all." And she's like, "Do you have kids?" And he said he got 5 of them things and 3 baby mamas and a partridge in a pear tree. She was like, "For real?" And then she's like, "No, for real though." And he was like, "Yeah, for real." And she's like, "I thought he was playing around." She was like, "Next." And I don't blame you. She talking about in the confessional, she trying to keep an open mind, but that's a lie. Yeah, girl, don't be too open. Don't be too open. Tay talking about she open to everything, but maybe she just playing the long game. Who knows, right? Anyway, so getting my voice, y'all. I got sick this week. And I'm still just a little bit congested, and my voice is still a little bit off, but for the most part, I'm good. Anywho, so let me see. The other conversations we saw were Cam and Deanna. Deanna says she don't date on the job. She's saying she's actually gonna put about a platoon, and she trains people. So from that I was getting like, is she further along in her firefighter career than him, or in a different place? I wasn't sure what all that meant, but I'm sure they know, their employment terms, but I didn't know them, right. Let's see. We also saw, I think that was pretty much it with the conversations, actually. Oh, Angie. Oh, I almost forgot. Angie. So as soon as we get down to the mixer, Angie is already telling us she is upset because she has not heard from Wayne. She gave him her number, and he has not called. He has not text, and she's trying to figure out what's up. Okay, so she is not happy with that. And later on, we hear that what's her name, Cooley, had the same experience. Okay, now Angie brings up Wayne not texting and calling her a good 3, 4, 5 times this episode, and I was like, girl, he ain't interested, girl. If he ain't calling to text you, move on. Okay, move on. Trust me. Move on. I don't know why we ladies gotta learn the hard way when it comes to that. You just gotta move on. Okay. Angie comes out very, very, very strong. Okay, very strong. Anywho, she's been through some things, y'all. She looked like she been through some things. Anyway, it was something in my eye. Anywho, so then I think at the mixer she was jamming Wayne up. If I'm not mistaken, I think she was jamming him up at the mixer. I was like, dang girl, let him breathe, girl. Also at the mixer, we saw True, and she told Eddie to talk to this Pocahontas looking girl over here talking about Cooley because they would make a nice couple. Cooley and Eddie were getting to know each other, and Cooley did go deeper in their conversation. And I wouldn't mind Cooley and Eddie because Cooley, I think, looks like the tallest girl there, and he's one of the tallest guys. So I'll root for that. Anywho, but hopefully they got substance too. But I want my tall girl to get her tall man. Okay. Hussein is tall as well, Cooley. So you got a couple options, girl. You got a couple tall options. Anywho, I think that was pretty much the mixer then. I want to say that. Oh, Sahara and Hussein connected as well. Sahara, that's another one. I wasn't mad at the dress and the shoes. It was some things in the hair made her look like a little teeny bopper. And then already she don't already she got a little let me not. Already her body little, like already she petite, she petite. So she was just looking like a little girl with them. Like she shouldn't wear stuff like that on her hair because it made her look like a little girl. Okay, already her frame is so petite, it made her look like a little girl, in my opinion. But the dress and the shoes, I wasn't mad at. I love color, so and a hot pink shoe I love. So anywho, but I don't know how Sahara is still in the show as well as Naeem, but whatever. Okay, moving on. Let's go to the dates. Okay, wait. I think we had like 3 group dates, right? So first group date we get is down to the skating ring. And True invited everyone out to go skating. So we had True, Naeem, Kierra, Jay, Shanice, and Hussein, I believe. So True is jamming Naimo because he ain't call her or text her either. I was like, oh, these girls is killing me with this. So, and these men who are not communicating, like, what are you on this show for? What are you on the show for? So Naeem said, I tried to text you, you didn't text back or something. He talking about some green dots, some bubble dots. Now she talking to the man giving out the skates. He's like, no, you can talk to me. You can talk to me. And he was like, I text her, but then, what happened was, when you text somebody with iPhone, it might come up green first time you don't know that because the phone doesn't recognize their number. But then hers never turned blue, and I just seen the little 3 dots, and I thought she had an iPhone, so I was like, "What is this?" And so she said, I think she gave him like the Google Dot number or something. She gave him she gave him one of them Google Voice message numbers or something. So anywho, first of all, when you have an iPhone, even if you text a number you don't typically have, if it's iPhone is always going to be blue regardless. I don't know what he was talking about. It was giving very much an excuse. But True, do you really want this man with 5 kids and 3 baby mamas? No. So why are we wasting our time? Why are we even getting mad? Like, I don't need Naeem or Wayne to text me. Nope. Anywho, so True looked a lot, better choice of hair in her confessional in this date. So kudos to her. Because that wig on that first picture was not giving, and that outfit was not giving. It was giving very much a teacher way older than me. Okay. Actually a teacher back in the day, because even teachers older than me dress better than that. Anywho, so they were skating, having a good time. Shanice came in that little outfit. Now you look cute, girl. You had no bra on. These girls in Philly don't wear no bras. They don't wear no bra. I don't particularly like not wearing a bra, but I'm not trying to police nobody if they should wear a bra or not. I'm just saying I don't care for that. But that's just my taste because I feel uncomfortable. I don't even want to get in all that. That's a little too personal. But anyway, but that's just me. So Shanice and Hussein were skating, and she felt like, he was really protective of her, like he wasn't gonna let her fall, and she liked that feeling of security with him. Naeem and Shanice sat down and had a conversation about saying no, and Naeem said, he was a people pleaser, trying to figure out who he was and all this, and now he's trying to really take, time for himself and all that. I was like, really? I just don't buy anything Naeem says with these 5 kids and these 3 baby mamas. I don't buy it. I'm sorry. Um, anyway, Shanice said she learned the power to say no from Oprah. Okay. And it was like an aha moment. I think Hussein and True had a conversation. Hussein was like, you feel like the second group of men was needed down to the group now. And she's like, yeah, definitely. It helps. She said dark chocolate with a beer is definitely, she likes it. You look great. And he said, you look great as well. I'm trying to keep up with you as well. She said, you're a beautiful chocolate man. Hussein is a beautiful chocolate man. He's a beautiful chocolate man. I have to give it to him. So yeah, that was pretty much. Oh, and then we seen Kierra and Jay. Kierra and Jay were having a conversation. And I guess we find out where they're both only childs, or only children, however you want to say that. And so Jay said, he grew up as only child, so he wants to welcome people in his space, and his love language is physical touch, and she had put his leg on him. He was giving her a foot rub, and he said he feeling her, and she said she feeling him. And she was like, she's asking him, are you a lover boy? She love a girl. She treat you like a princess, and she like that, and all this stuff. And I was like, I don't see what they see in Jay. I put it on Twitter, and quite a bit of y'all agree with me. I don't see what they see in Jay. It's that braid hanging out back there for me. Like his hair remind me of like when you braid your hair down for a wig. That's and but it ain't as messy, for us non-braiding girls. It's not as messy. Anyway, I would just like to see him pick I think if Jay picked a different hairstyle, he might be all right. He might be all right. But if Kierra like it, okay, girl. We love it. Anyway, then the next date we see is Angie invited people out on the date. She invited Cooley, Wayne, and Eddie on a date. And she starts the date immediately complaining to Cooley about how Wayne don't call her or text her at all. And Cooley said, same thing for me. I had the same experience. Like he don't call her text. And Angie started talking about she taking off her earrings. Like she ain't here for this. So anyway, Wayne came and Eddie came. Wayne came and they were already drinking, and he's like, "Oh, y'all didn't wait for me for drinks." They were like, "Well, we know what you want. You didn't text." He's like, "Okay, dang." So then they sit there having a conversation. Try what about whatever they was talking about. Wayne talking about he do poetry. He really trying to open up. He writes. I'm kind of shocked to learn that about him. So anyway, he said, they were like, "Oh yeah, that's a form of therapy. That's really good." And then Wayne was talking about I guess he was talking about the stuff, about himself. He was saying he's real loyal and all this stuff. And then he sees his brother that's 5 years younger than him has a family and a kid, and he has a little nephew, and he says, it's good to see the brothers locking in, and he really admires that. And then I think at that point Cooley got emotional, and she said she lost her brother. I forgot how many years, was it 5 years ago? I can't remember how many years ago, but that was like the day of his, death anniversary. And so she said she lost him to a motorcycle accident in the Philippines, which we're sorry to hear that for Cooley. Very sorry to hear that. And she says she normally does something, every day. Did she say it was the day he passed or his birthday? It might have been his birthday. I might have that wrong. Anyway, y'all can correct me in the comments. I can't remember if it was the day he died or it's his birthday. But anyway, she always does something to honor him that day to make him proud. So they did a toast to him, Jason. So kudos to Jason. Toast to Jason. And so Cooley says she really connected with Eddie, because he's experienced some loss as well. He lost his dad when he's like 7 years old. And so they kind of connected over that. Somewhere in that conversation, I don't know if it was prior to all that, Angie shared that she was married before. Now, somebody had said said that in the first or whatever mixer she was in. So I was like, no, I don't think she said that, because I thought she said she had the fiance that passed away, but I guess she's been married and engaged and had a fiance passed away. So I was like, oh, Angie didn't live the lie. I was like, I ain't had none of that yet. Sheesh. Anywho, so Angie was married before 23, and I guess she said it wasn't about love, it was about money, and she basically didn't have to pay any bills, didn't have to do anything, want for anything, but she said she wouldn't want that life again. Cooley said she was also everything Angie said. Cooley was like, me too, me too. So I'm gonna assume Cooley had the same experience. And Angie said, anything she wanted to do, she could just get up and do whatever she wanted. So Eddie was like, okay, did you have any hobbies or anything like that you could do in that? Because Angie said she wouldn't want that life again, because I sounded like it was kind of controlling. And so she said no, she couldn't just do whatever she wanted. Like she could get up and decide, I guess, what to do for the day, but she couldn't like maybe decide to have her own passions or hobbies or something like that. Anyway, and Cooley kept saying me too, me too. So I was like, girl, okay. So Angie said she would never want to be in a marriage like that again. Cooley says she's happy that she came, stayed on the show and got this second chance to meet Eddie and other possibilities on the show. So that's good. I'm glad Cooley, Cooley, you low-key didn't deserve it, but go on, girl. Yeah, so we glad you here. We glad you here. And I feel like we're learning a bit more about Cooley. I feel like her first impression was not her best impression, for sure. Anyway, I think that was pretty much it with their conversation. Oh, everybody left. But Wayne and Angie stayed, because Angie said, now you get yourself over here, because I need to talk to you, because I've been calling and texting you and you ain't calling a text back. And, if you, I don't mean no intentions, no bad intentions, all that. Like, this is what you want. This is what you got to pursue. And, I need to hear from you. But if not, it's cool too. And so Wayne said in his confessional that he is flattered that Angie, is, doing all this. But at the same time, he becomes, uninterested as she keep pushing. Ain't no way I would let Wayne play in my face like that. Like Wayne ain't even that cute, and Wayne look like the type that he think he cute, but he really not that cute. Like he look better with his glasses off, but he really is not giving what he thinks he's giving. Like I don't see. That's not my type. Not my type. His look, no. The little bang braids, no. That can go. It can go. Anyway, and he can go, but he, we gonna see later what happens on the show, y'all. Anyway, moving on. Angie said, or she gonna, if he don't step it up, she gonna find him. She gonna get. She threatening him and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, maybe I won't call." Speaking of Angie threatening people, Angie was down to the mixer with Cam. And it was like, she's like, let's cut to the chase. Who you about to go on a date with? She's like, never mind with me. You about to go on a date. He was like, Angie, girl, you are coming off a little too aggressive. Like, girl, relax. Like, these Philly girls are something else. Like, y'all doing a lot. Y'all doing a lot. No shade to the Philly girls. I'm just playing with y'all. Anyway, moving on. I think to the last group date we saw was Rocky, I think, organized this date, and she invited out Tay, Khalil, Fritz, and Cam. I want to say, yeah. Oh, and Rose. So they all went on a date. Now I noticed Tay had on her wig looked good, but then at the elimination date, at the end she had them braids again. So I was like, was this filmed out of order? I don't know. Anyway, so the clay date looked a lot of fun. I've never done that as well. The pottery making, whatever you're gonna call it. They had a good time. They making jokes about getting it wet, blah blah. Okay, so then we see some individual conversations, and we saw Rocky talking to Fritz, and they were talking about. He said his parents broke up when he was 13, so he's a mama's boy. And he said he loves his mom, and he doesn't hold any punches about that. And so she said she's a total daddy's girl, and they agreed that mama's boys and mommy's whatever is it, mama boys and daddy girls are amazing people. All right. So anyway, he told about his birthdays in 2 days. He missed his Panama trip. His birthday's in 2 days, and he gonna text her his location so she could pull up. And he's like, "You gonna pull up?" She's like, "I know, I might." And he's like, "You gonna dip your toe in, And he's like, "You gonna?" She said, "Ankle deep." He's like, "You go as deep as you want." I was like, "What y'all talking about?" But the guys seem to like Rocky. They seem to like. I mean, on camera they do. They seem to like Rocky. I don't know. It's something about her. I don't. I like her personality. Like I said. And I know it's hot. It's July. I don't know. It's something about. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. Anywho. Then we seen Tay and Khalil. Khalil was there as well. Had a conversation. Khalil looks good. Khalil looks good. I like his look. I'm not mad at Fritz's look as well. Anyway, Khalil and Tay got to know each other more, and which made Tay kind of have a change of heart for him. And so they were just talking about like, what do you do when you have confrontation? And Tay says she needs to take a moment, debrief, take that space, think over what you said, and then come back. And they were joking around like, not what I said, but what you said, and how they would deal with that, those conflicts, and then kiss and make up, have makeup sex, and all that. So I can see a little Khalil likes, Tay's liking Khalil. I can see a little spark with them. Um, then we seen Cam and Tay try to have a conversation, but it was very much giving crickets. Cam was talking about, being a firefighter, and the firefighters go out on the weekends to the bar. Like the conversation wasn't giving anything. Child, I can't remember it. Tay said it was giving nothing for her. There's no connection there. Okay, we not surprised because Cam does definitely needs to like loosen up. He needs to loosen up. I put on Twitter he's not ready for love. But maybe he will be. I don't know. So anyway, we get down to Tommy's vault. So Tommy has his vault. It looks very, very, very nice. Definitely a step up from like the typical ladies' lounge we've seen throughout the seasons and the years of this show. I would say this is the best looking lounge Tommy has had. This is definitely the best looking lounge Nephew Tommy's has had. So you got the vault. We've seen Deanna open the vault. It's all gold. It has a bar there, like beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we see the ladies come. And so, Nephew Tommy checks in with them. Well, first he lets them know whatever happens in the vault stays in the vault. Whatever happens in the vault stays in the vault. It ain't gonna stay in the vault. Nephew Tommy, they do this every season, but go on, play along. Anyway, so he asked them about their days. Who were they feeling? Some of the girls are feeling Eddie. Some of the girls are feeling Hussein. Um, what's her name? Shanice said she felt very safe with Hussein when they went skating, and she felt like he already said he would catch her if she fell before it even happened, and that being feeling safe with someone is just really important to her. And so Deputy Tommy picked up on some emotion from her, and so he said, "What is this emotion I can kind of feel from you or see?" And she said, just because she's been through a lot in her life and she's lost a lot in her life, I think she had been homeless and lost it all twice. So she's been through a lot, and it's nice to we go through a lot, and it's nice to have someone who's going to be there to support you and pick you up and all that. And so she was emotional about it, and she said she wanted to be open and vulnerable at that time and share her story. So good for you, Shanice, for sharing your story. And then you know what I said, it makes sense why I think it makes sense of why she was talking about her job so much, because I'm sure that has been an insecurity for her if she's went through, the things she's went through. So, um, I can see now kind of why maybe she was speaking so much about her jobs. But hopefully, Shanice feels like she can continue to open up more after sharing that. And she didn't have to share that on live TV. So, that was pretty big of her to share that. Kudos to her. Um, so who else the ladies like? Who's like I said, Hussein, Eddie, Khalil. Tay likes Khalil now. Fritz, they feel like Fritz is a provider and a guider. That's what Rose said. Deanna likes Francisco. And I think that was pretty much it. Okay, so who they not feeling is True is not feeling Naeem because he's not texting or calling. She says she called, text him hello. He texted her a thumbs up back. I believe it. Even if it was that Google number. The girls are not feeling Wayne because Angie's like Wayne, and she was like, I gave him my number. He's not texting or calling. This process is kind of quick. He gonna have to make a decision. Rocky said she had the same experience. She forgot about him because he didn't call or text her. Sahara was like, where did he go? Because she ain't heard from him. They also are not feeling Cam. They're not really getting much from him. He's not really opening up. Deanna says she's not dating another firefighter, and that's what it is for her. Kierra's not feeling Francisco. Kierra does like Jay, though. Jay's in her top. She said they left the skating ring. Her gas tank was on E, and he told her to follow him to the gas station, and he filled up her tank. I said, okay, maybe I see it for Jay. Maybe I see what they're seeing now. He filling up gas tanks. I'm just playing. Anyway, so that was it. Okay, so Deputy Tommy said, take these men out, let them know that who's not ready to love, and I'm gonna let you decide who's gonna do it. I feel like producers really make that decision, but okay, let's play along. So we have Tay taking out Cam and Deanna taking out Wayne. And so Wayne was telling Deanna how, he was getting jacked up about not calling and texting the ladies. Now Cam was nervous because he said he knew it was elimination week and he knew, he could be on a chopping block. Wayne was talking about he happy to be on a date with Deanna. I'm like, sir, do you know what this date is for? Or are you keeping up with the show? So anyway, it's always somebody that don't realize it's an elimination day. I'm like, what do y'all be at? What y'all doing? So, let's talk about Cam first. So they was talking. Ted was talking to Cam and told him like, girls want you to open up more and we want to hear more from you, but you already love. But she, drug it out, and he was like oof. And he said he could see how the ladies say that he has anxiety, and he's not open to sharing, but maybe he will share more. She's like, we want to hear about your fears, all the things with you. Maybe we can help you through it. Like, we want to hear everything about you. So he was relieved, and he kind of seemed to relax a bit more after that. So maybe he will open up more now. Who knows? But Cam, you are ready to love. Good for you. Now Wayne. So Deanna was saying the ladies said, you're not calling, you're not texting, you're not really, showing up for anything like that. And Wayne said, all that is true because he's very much into his routine. And then if he's seeing somebody, he gonna forget to text or call you for 5 to 7 business days. And then when he get back to you in the next 5 to 7 business days, he not even really that, motivated to even text you because now I feel like more of an obligation and he really not excited about it anymore. And that's just how he is. Next, you can go. I can't believe he said this. So she was like, okay, when you were not ready to love. And then he was like, okay, that's cool. He's like, I wouldn't change anything I did on here. I'm happy with the way things turned out. And then he gets to the confessional saying, like, it could have been easier for him to pretend and like he liked all these people that he wasn't really that interested in the first place, but he's happy that he, I guess, had his dignity or whatever, and didn't like play those games on the show just to be on the show and all that. And he had his glasses off in that confessional, and I was like, Wayne, nobody's checking for you, like no one's chasing you, like I guess except for Angie, like, okay, goodbye. If you don't want to be here, go. Like, no one's holding you hostage. No one's saying you gotta play and pretend like you like the ladies. Like, I don't understand people that come on the show and behave like this and talk the way he did. Like, you can go, sir. You can go. Trust me, we're not worried. The only person that was pressed was Angie. Okay. Anyway, that was the end of the episode. I was like, he had his nerve. He really had his nerve. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought of this week's episode. I still gotta watch this week's Family or Fiance. I don't know if I'll review last week's Family or Fiance with that deadbeat. We'll see. Anyway, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll talk to y'all again soon. Bye.